slot man moves right. On third down, Palmer. It's brought in by Floyd. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up first and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And the slot man goes in motion left. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's first and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. But good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who's that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to dump.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Jermaine Gresham from 10 yards out. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw on second down is Newton. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a first down throw for Newton. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, let's go league-wide here. The Atlanta Falcons. We haven't talked about them a whole lot up to this point, but back-to-back weeks beating Carolina and Denver, the two teams that played in the Super Bowl.
And I know that many people earlier in the season were saying, well, remember they started 5-0 in 2015 and they collapsed and didn't make the playoffs. But after what you just described, being the two Super Bowl participants back-to-back weeks, including Denver on the road, I think people believe this team's for real.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Newton on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Watch right. Pick me up. Here we go.
2nd and 10. Newton again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Gano's kick is right through. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 70 yards in the red zone this time. They'll come out in the pistol. 1st and goal from the 5. Newton gives off to Stewart. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. And Newton, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton taking it in. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Well, we have a second after the incompletion. Tom Brady came back, and in a big way this last week, didn't he?
I know he's 39, but he played like he was 29, maybe even younger than that. And I had a chance to talk with him last year about his training and what he does. He really believes in his regimen, and he also thinks he's going to play well into his 40s.
It looked like he could. 400 yards, 3 touchdowns in week 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Here's Palmer. He hits Floyd on the right. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Get ready. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Sally 19. Sally 19.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Sally 19. Sally 19.
They come out here in the eye.
Wide 18.
Throwing again here, Palmer. Over the middle, it's Fells. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it. That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a 1st down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. On 1st down, it's Palmer. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Let's go. Let's go. Zebra. Zebra. Mirror. Mirror. Mirror.
On 2nd down, here's Palmer. And that's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Here we go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
They'll go back to the ground with Johnson. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard.